Today we're going to add a brand new playlist to our channel, and it is going to be titled the Nerf Alien Menace line. So the first blaster in this line that we're going to take a look at and review is going to be the Ravager. Ravager comes with everything you see here: the blaster itself, a set of directions, 8 green with purple tip darts, and 2 additional barrel attachments that you slide and snap into place on the front to give you a total of 8 shots. Okay guys, the Nerf Alien Menace Ravager is a spring-powered pump-action blaster, and before we can actually demonstrate it, we actually have to affix the other 2 barrel attachments. So in order to do that, as you can see, that has this little groove right in here and this little hoop that looks like it's made for your belt buckle. So you simply just line that up, simple, slide it down, snap it into place. All right, going over the Ravager, the first thing you'll notice when you pull it out of the box or when you go to buy one of these is the different paint scheme. It's purple, gray, and white, and those are my high school colors, so I actually kind of like it. Mixed in with the orange, it doesn't look half bad, so, you know, pretty good. I like the underneath priming mechanism. Anytime that they have that, it's actually a plus in my book. Also has some see-through parts here and here, and on the other side as well, which remind me of the Doomlands 2169 line, which is actually quite nice. Trigger pull is very smooth, the handle and grip are very comfortable, and even with this bar underneath here, I still have plenty of room, as you can see, for another finger if I wanted to. So overall, I kind of like all of that. I do love the aggressive lines of the blaster and the way they designed it, although I will say, once you snap on the extra 2 barrel attachments, they really do make the blaster wide, so it's difficult to kind of store and really just destroy the kind of slim profile that the blaster did have. They did try to put in one tactical sight up here on the top, but if you can see, these kind of move around a little bit. So this is on each one of the barrels. It does have a point up here which you're supposed to line up with this, but a lot of times you're going to see it kind of moves around a little bit, so getting it to line up perfectly is pretty difficult. Here's how you load it. You simply take the darts that come with the blaster and slide them in just like you would any front loading blaster. 8 full shots. We're already primed, and after you pull the trigger, you can see the barrels rotate. So just continue until all 8 shots have been fired. right to, oh, we got another one. There we go. Okay, one other cool thing to note is that the packaging on the Ravager actually does not claim that it can actually do slam fire, but you're gonna notice that you can actually do a form of controlled slam fire, because if I hold the trigger and I pump it, it does shoot. Now, you have to wait for the barrel to rotate, and then if you just keep holding the trigger and wait for the barrel to complete rotation, you never actually have to squeeze the trigger. But if you try to beat the barrel, you can't do it until the barrel is actually fully rotated. So it does offer a sort of modified slam fire. Pretty cool. All right, guys, let's go outside and shoot this thing, see what it can really do. All right, guys, forgive the background noise. There's some guys building a house over there. They're hammering nails into a roof. So if that's coming through on the video, I do apologize. But we're gonna shoot from 20, 30, and 40 feet, see what the Ravager can do. So let's start at 20. All right, going over the chronograph results for the Ravager, we took 20 shots for testing purposes, and as you can see, the high shot was 78 feet per second, the low shot was 63 feet per second, gave us a 20 shot average of 71 feet per second, right on par with elite averages. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Nerf Alien Menace Ravager's cons, in my opinion. Okay, Okay, number one, in my opinion, would be the cost. At a price point of $29.99, if you pay the actual average retail for this, I really feel that it's just a little bit too high. You only get 8 shots. It does have a modified slam fire feature, which is nice, and it does have a cool looking shell, but that's about all it's got going for it. You can't customize it in any way, and you know, the power is just on point with all other Elite blasters. So $29.99 for an 8-shot modified slam fire blaster, in my opinion, is just a little bit too high. And number 2 on my cons list would be this front barrel attachment here. It's actually really wide, which actually kind of destroys the lines of the blaster. Even though it is balanced, it just, I don't know, it's just kind of awkward to me. And then the fact that these actually move around a little bit. Watch. You can actually spin them without even, I mean, it just kind of feels like it could break at any point. I mean, I'll be honest with you, the mechanism is very reliable. I didn't have one jam, and every single time I pulled the trigger, the barrels rotated like they're supposed to. So, in all fairness to Nerf, it's very reliable from what I've done so far. But then again, when you're running around and it's just spinning on you, I mean, I don't know. It just kind of feels weird to me. All right, we're gonna drop it to 40 and see this final test. Right, going over the Ravager's pros, it does have a very comfortable, smooth firing mechanism. Every time you do pull the trigger, the barrel rotates very smoothly. And 2, who doesn't love a new blaster series? I mean, honestly. Alright, quickly going over the Nerf Alien Menace Ravager to give you my overall opinion, and keep in mind this is my opinion. We're doing it into 5 categories with a 5-star rating, so we'll begin with cost. And I went over that a little earlier in the blaster, so I'm going to rate that a little bit below average, and I'm going to give it a 2.5. Firepower, it is on par with Elite ranges, and it does have a modified slam fire feature, but it only has an 8-round capacity, so I'm going to give that middle of the road and give it a 3. Customization, the shell is actually kind of nice. I like what they did with it for the new blaster line, but that's about really all there is to say. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a below average of a 2, because you can't put any type of attachments on it or anything of that nature. 4, ease of use. It is very simple to use. Front load the darts, prime it from underneath. Trigger pull is very smooth, and it has a modified slam fire feature. So we'll give that the highest rating possible of a 5. And then getting into number 5 of the quality, I'm going to drop that 1 point and make it a 4, due to the fact that in the front of this blaster, the barrel can rotate just by moving it a certain way, and it jiggles a little bit too much to actually get a nice aimed shot. So taking those numbers into consideration, that comes up with a 3.3 for a total score. My recommendation is more of a 50-50. I'm going to leave that up to you. I don't want to bash the blaster because it does perform reliably. Every time you pull the trigger, the blaster does rotate, and I didn't really have any problems as far as performance-wise. I mean, it was on par with every other Elite blaster. So it really just comes down to if you think $30 is worth this blaster. And in my opinion, that can go either way. I'm sort of a completionist, so to me, getting all the blasters is kind of one of my priorities. The chrono rank, just as a reminder, was 71 feet per second based on 20 shots. And that'll do it for my review of the Ravager. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if this is the first time to my channel, why not subscribe so you never miss a future video. Thanks a lot, guys. And from our family to yours, have a great day.